good 6 years, and then trust me, when he got to the Philippines, he couldn't speak any English or Tagalog. So today, he'll be telling us how he was able to navigate his way, So, how did you learn English? Did you use an app? How were you able to learn so fast?
It was actually hardworking from the middle school. It was really new things for me since that always I'm studying like Arabic and so on. It was like a difficult experience.
Why did you choose to study medicine in Palestine, but you chose to come to the Philippines?
Honestly, the first reason or the main reason, let's say, that Philippines was like the water. It's really hard to say that I want water. I was like by signal using like.
So can you give me an example? Like when
I wanna drink water.
So you do like this water.
If I'm gonna go to 7-Eleven, I will just tell them. I will point at them like this.
So how did you take like jeep if you want to? Hello fam, how are you? I'm super excited today because I'm here with
ALMOQAYAD.
ALMOQAYAD has been in the Philippines for good 6 years, and then trust me, when he got to the Philippines, he couldn't speak any English or Tagalog. So today, he'll be telling us how he was able to navigate his way, how he was able to survive, because being in a country where you can't speak English, you don't also understand their language, would be very hard, but he was able to survive. So he's going to share his experience with us. And guys, if you're not subscribed, please make sure to click the button and subscribe. So ALMOHAMMAD, which country are you from?
I'm from Palestine.
Palestine?
Yes.
Whoa!
Yeah.
And how many years have you been here?
I'm here since 2017.
2017?
Yes.
Wow, so you've been here for 6 years?
Yes.
Wow. Actually. How did you get to hear about Philippines?
I hear about Philippines since when I was in my country. Since my brother has a Filipino friend, so he suggested for my brother to study in Philippines. So that's why I just moved into Philippines actually.
Okay, so before you came to the Philippines, did you do any research? Like, how did you even get your visa since you couldn't speak English and everything?
We do some research, but it wasn't like a lot. Just like you know, the difference between like the currency and so on, and much in Philippines much cheaper in studying than my country.
Okay.
So that's why we decided to study in Philippines and so on. But it was really hard experience since I wasn't able to speak English well, and different language, which is Tagalog or Bisaya and so on. So it was really hard for me. I start from zero or from the scratch. So
if I would understand you very well, you couldn't speak any English, right?
Yes, exactly, actually.
Okay, so how did you get your visa? Because you know, your country to Philippines is visa free. Is it visa free?
No, it wasn't actually.
So did you go for interview or anything?
No, it wasn't interview. You have to apply from the embassy and so on. And there is some requirements like why you want to go to Philippines. Is it tourist or is it for studying? So we got an application or notification from the school that I was about to go to study and so on. So that's why they accept me, which is the acceptance letter and so on. That's why the requirement was easy to process and so on.
Okay,
that
so
I got accepted.
You never got rejected at any point when you were trying to get from the embassy because you couldn't speak English? You were never rejected?
No, I wasn't actually.
Okay, so so since you are not rejected, how did you navigate your way through the airport when you got to the Philippines? Because you couldn't speak English.
Because it was, I'm thankfully because actually my eldest brother was with me all the time.
Oh, so he brought you from Pakistan?
From Palestine to Saudi Arabia.
To Saudi Arabia?
Saudi Arabia to Philippines.
So your brother came with you to the Philippines?
My only the eldest brother actually.
Okay, came to you with the Philippines. So you didn't have any challenge like communicating or anything?
He was actually the major one who would communicate with the people actually.
Yeah,
so
I
that's
think
why
you are quite fortunate.
No, it's actually it was hard for me when he left that time. It's like that time like he's saying to me like ALMOQAYAD, you should have you should have your own way and you should like stand for yourself and so on. As you know that I told you that I wasn't able to speak English well and so on. It was like the water. It's really hard to say that I want water. I was like by signal using like
So how, can you give me an example? Like when
I wanna drink water.
So you do like this, water.
If I'm gonna go to 7-Eleven, I will just tell them, I will point at them like this.
So how did you take like jeep? If you want to take a jeep, how do you go about?
I wasn't at the beginning. I don't know about jeep because I was scared from jeep. It was like you know, strange feelings and scary. It's like I feel jeep. It's like can someone rob me or something like that. So.
Did you ever get to a point where you were scared that someone will steal you or maybe
it is.
yourself?
Yeah, I do remember that time. It's like 1 month or 2 months in Philippines. I said, let me discover what is jeepney and so on. That time, the first time that I entered jeepney, that time my wallet had been stolen. That time. So I never came back for the jeepney. So I always do taxi, angkas, you know, for 1 year exactly.
Wow.
1 year doing
because
that. It was a lot of expenses.
Yeah.
Because of the transportation, a lot of expenses that time. But and then after that, after I know the country, I know the culture and so on, I adjusted. Yeah, adjust.
Did they ever steal you at any point? You know, because the people here, some would know that you don't speak English and everything. Maybe you're trying to buy, people would overprice it. Did you ever experience that thing? Even though the thing is maybe 10 pesos, they'll tell you 50 pesos because...
Yeah, of course. That's actually not only me, every foreigner have been experienced that for what they call it, like foreigner price. So they, especially the market, the poor people or some... the one who's selling in the street or sari store, they are like when they see like foreigners, they, for example, but it's not really high. For example, if 10 peso, it will be 20 peso. For water, it will be 15 to 20, like that. So it's not that much differences, but you know, like people try to earn.
Yeah, because you're a foreigner.
Yeah,
I think it's like that everywhere. Sometimes people do that to people, especially when they know that they don't speak the language.
Exactly.
And then they don't understand what they are saying and everything.
But I also do understand them because there is something called the language barrier.
Yeah.
Like even some people, they don't mean to overprice you or something. Just from kind of that they don't understand English either.
Yeah.
So they speak Tagalog or Bisaya. They will tell you like wala kay sabon and so on, and they don't understand.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So, how did you learn English? Did you use an app? How were you able to learn so fast?
It was actually hardworking from the middle school. It was really new things for me since that always I'm studying like Arabic and so on. It was like difficult experience. Just like if I'm gonna read something or write something, I have to translate. Google Translator always with me. So once I learn any new sentences or any new words, I have to use it, whatever in the conversation and so on. Even if the word is out of context of or the topic, I have to use it so that it will be stuck in my mind that time. That's it.
Okay, so are you able to speak any Tagalog too? Because I think you are such a fast learner.
I do know Bisaya, but not Tagalog. Tagalog
so can you
kinda
speak Bisaya a little? Or you can just say some words?
Bisaya, it's kind of basic, like basic things in Bisaya. But like I can understand people what they are saying and so on. But in speaking, not influence actually. Like, what do you want me to say?
Okay, so how are you?
Kamusta? Like,
Oh, okay, like so the basic words and everything.
Or in the like short way, musta.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then, so if I could get you clearly, you said you use by your own hard work and everything.
Yes, actually. So by hard work, as I said, from the medical school and then study and so on. So I have to learn by the first way, if whether I like it or I don't like it. So I have to move on and study well and so on, translate the words that I don't know, that I understand, and then prepare for my examination and so on. That's the time that adapt with the language and the conversation with my classmates and so on. That's the time that encouraged me to learn more and more about the English language. That's the time that I become influence and will speaking in English.
Okay. So if I may ask you, after how many months did you like feel comfortable that okay now I can speak English? Like after how many months in the Philippines?
4 months, I think 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah, 4 months. I will be able to speak English well and
Because actually, if I have to be sincere with you, you are speaking good English. You are speaking very well, and it's so clear. I
Yeah.
can understand you.
thanks God for that actually.
Yeah, because you don't look like someone who couldn't speak English before coming and everything.
Yeah, but also experience can develop in that situation actually. That's why.
Did you get to a point where you have to watch movies to learn?
No, in movie actually I was actually, the subtitle. There's Arabic subtitle. I was like go with the flow. But now no, I really enjoy watching movie without subtitle, just by the English, the one that the actors why they are speaking English. I enjoy it
Okay.
by it.
So would you say that Philippines helped you to speak English?
Yeah, big factor. I will say yes, of course.
It's a very big factor.
Big factor. They are the one who encourage me to understand English well. Especially the people who's around me can speak English well as well. And their hospitality actually. Filipino nation, they are well known about the hospitality, care, sharing. As they always sing, sharing is caring.
Okay, so
Right.
yeah. In your perspective, would you advise anyone who doesn't speak English to come to the Philippines and school or maybe come as a tourist with your experience so far?
My experience, yes. As a tourist, yeah, you can enjoy the nature of the Philippines. The people around, they are really caring. They gonna advise you, they gonna guide you, and so on. The country, the weather, the nature, the adventure. It's actually nice to tour around and so on. Cebu City, Bohol, Dumaguete, Balawan, and so far, so on.
Okay, so you
They are,
think
they are, they
yeah.
are so good actually to tour. The tourist, but if we go to the student life and so on, all about depend on the self-dependent to be changing from the independent to self-dependent. So you have to work hard for yourself, and yeah, especially in school life, you're gonna cook for yourself, clean for yourself, and so on. Already.
So if I understand you very well, Philippines has been good for you, and
It
then
is. It
good Philippines has helped you so far to be able to speak English, right?
Yes, exactly.
Moving in, you chose to study in the Philippines, basically medicine. Why didn't you choose to study medicine in Palestine, but you chose to come to the Philippines?
Honestly, the first reason or the main reason, let's say, that Philippines way cheaper than Palestine in study.